All right, welcome everybody to the stream. How is everyone going today? I hope you're feeling great. We've got Craig Garrett coming in here, said, I think the numbers coming out this morning and tomorrow will give the market permission to move out of the range it has been stuck in for the last 2 weeks. And I tend to agree with you there, Craig. Absolutely. This should be the information that we require to actually get this market fired up. How are you guys feeling today, though? You feeling good? People feeling good? People feeling bad? Let me know in the comments section below. How'd you go yesterday as well? Let me know what's up. Adam Sesford says, I saw hope there is pump music. Who's here for the intro? Yeah. We got CPI, man. We got CPI. Look, the intro's coming. There are issues. There are issues I've got to sort out there on the intro. I know I said it would come today. Don't downvote, guys. Don't downvote. I will bring it in later on this week. But there are issues to do with that one. So here we've got the FOMC cheat sheet that has been provided by a very loyal viewer in the public Discord community. I think it's kind of funny. I guess it's provided by Live Squawk. I don't know who that is, but yeah, look at this. This is all the quotes here that have come out recently from the main men. We've got Jerome Powell. We have not reached substantial further progress yet. July 28th. Then I've got this guy down here. Where are we? John Williams. We have clearly not achieved our market of substantial further progress in the labor market. July 12th. Is this guy like a parrot? They're parrots. They're all parrots, guys, saying the same things. Look, it's a cool chart. I just think it's funny as that it's even been provided. So this is the information that we're here for this morning. Of course, the consumer price index, the CPI. This is the one that we all want to know what's going on. And once we find out what's going on, we're going to click the little button. And then we're going to have a look at whether we can interpret the data here on the fly of what's actually going to happen. Here's another little excerpt taken from, I have no idea where, but it came from the public Discord community again. It says, US consumer price inflation numbers will be messy, no doubt. Used car price inflation started to slow in June, but the effect is only captured in this data release. I'll have to find out what's going on. Credit card data is suggesting restaurants and airfare spending is plateauing/falling, but that is unlikely to have hit prices yet, and the lack of inventory stockpiles is also a concern. Yeah, look, I think, again, it's not going to be so much whether we can interpret this data correctly. It's what the market is going to do with it that is important. That's the one that is most important there. We got here, Trishan S says UPST crushed into earnings. Let's have a quick look at UPST. That's Upstart Holdings, up 21.76%. Wait, well, it did have a nice technical breakout a few days ago, didn't it? Congratulations if you're in that one. Technical breakout above, very nice. Got the bullish closure the day before, sold off, and then of course, actually it's broken through our 160. I kind of feel like unless you really like this stock, it's hitting the tippity top. It's hitting the tippity top. Let's go around the markets right now though. We've got US 100 coming in at a 0.21% down. Let's have a quick discussion about this. So yesterday, during the US 10-year rate rise, we actually saw a little flash kind of fall here, which we're not usually. I guess we're not used to this anymore in the markets, yeah? When we see little flash falls. Market fell down very quickly, around 1.08%. Is this more to come? That's why so much data in this 8 minutes, with 400 plus viewers coming in here. In 8 minutes time, we're going to find out what's really happening with this market and whether this market wants to sell or whether it wants to buy. I think it's super interesting and super exciting time. Big Dipper comes in here. Is big pharma overpriced when the vax don't work unless you get annual shots? Remember that you weren't locked down until you got your annual flu shot. I think, well, regardless of that stuff, I think the thing is here with big pharma being overpriced or underpriced with this whole annual kind of shot stuff, I don't think the government's going to allow them to make a huge amount of money over the long term. I've been a massive healthcare fan now for months and months. I've explained why I believe healthcare is still a very good investment for the middle of a bull cycle, which we're not even really in. You could say, okay, we're in a massive bull cycle. It's gone from the global financial crisis to now, and we've had the dip. But, Usually speaking, healthcare comes into its own year kind of 1.5 to year 2 after the bottom of the drop. So that was, of course, March last year. Regardless of that, I think there's plenty of other opportunities here. W Diggs says, I use YouTube Premium. That's a baller right there, guys. W Diggs with the YouTube Premium. I must admit it is better. And that means you don't get nasty commercials. Absolutely. Mr. Murray says, I'm calling a red, and this might be a good time here. We've got 6 minutes till the CPI data is coming out. I don't want to talk about too much else other than that data because it's the most important thing. What do you guys think? Chuck it in the comments now. Red or green for the market today? Let's see how good you are. Spam that through there right now. I'm very, very interesting. Adam Sesford says, sorry, mate, I had to ask. It was so good. That's the only reason they stopped it. I'm not sure if you're talking about there, Adam. Could be maybe the music. Kevin N said, US 100. Oh my God, it's crashing. Yeah, no, it's just moving down here a little bit. Let's see what everyone else thinks, though. So Mr. Murray's got red. We've got Big Dipper coming in with red. A lot of reds. There's an optimist. I like it. Space Colonist goes green, but above this, Simon Tekeste, extreme green. This is the beautiful thing about trading. People, look at all the different opinions here. Red, then green, green, then red, red, green, neutral, nothing. We got flat here. Yeah, W Diggs really hates it. Oh man, it's funny how so many people have opinions on this stuff, and I think that's something that's very, very important. If you don't have both sides, then you don't have really a market that can be tradable. Remember, it's important that other people have different opinions than you. You just want to be the one that's right, okay? And the one that's right generally is actually the optimist in the markets. You know, I'm feeling a little bearish over the next 2 months, but realistically, the optimist pays out. So we're 4 minutes here off the CPI data. If you want to get the CPI data, you can either go over here to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, I believe, or you can click the little Forex Factory kind of links and you can get the little refresh here. You notice the expectation is 0.4%. So they're expecting, of course, a drop down. We'll have a look how good they've been at predicting it. That's why I like this little chart. Scroll across here. They've been incredibly bad. Look at this. Look at the expectations and look at where it is. I mean, is this guy's throwing... These people are just throwing darts at the board. They have no idea. They're like, yeah, it's here. Oh, well, you know, that was a once-off, guys. It's a once-off. Oh, we're going to rise it. No, we made the mistake, and we expected to drop, and we made this mistake again. So it's a lot that goes on through these kind of core CPI data events. You can see they never get it correct, and that's why it can be one of these volatile times. I've already done the prep here, setting it all up. We're going to be looking at the US 10-year, which is the most important kind of chart, I think, to be watching at this stage. We're going to look at gold, because gold might get flogged around. And then, of course, we've got the US 100, US 500 on the right-hand side. We'll want to have IWM as well that we'll be watching, because lots of financials in IWM, if the data comes out, starts pushing around the 10-year, that could have ramifications there. Another one to watch is going to be the dollar index. The dollar index is at the tippity top. You'll notice that it's, when we go over to the daily, it's right around that key resistance. So this will be very important for continued dollar strength or weakness. Let's keep reading some of these questions here and see what people think. Simon Tekeste says, Tom, the market, it is going to be green for the next couple of weeks before the correction. Look, that's actually how it usually works, Simon. You are correct. Generally, August is actually a bullish month. We see that even in the stats. If you go over here and you look at the stats, because earnings are still in play, even for, let's say, one of the weaker kind of markets here, which is the Nasdaq over 20 years, you'll still see August is a positive overall and September is the bad week. So there are a lot of, are we being early in time but saying, oh, well, August might be where the weakness is? Yeah, very possibly. I think that the longer this kind of bull rally goes on, the harder it's going to fall in terms of correction, whether it be August, September, like stats kind of point towards, or whether it's going to be an October, November, kind of like an 18 kind of run. We don't know yet. And that's why we've got to leave our opinions at the door and wait for the price action to show us that way. So we're 2 minutes off the market here. Even the bonds, the TLT 20 years here, they've come back down to support. They've shown weakness into this event, which is, again, maybe a more bullish thing actually for the market. QQQ, just to recap the video, absolutely no direction from this thing yesterday. We had long leg doji, we had indecision, and then we didn't even get a closure below. How weak is that? I'm hoping we just get some closure over the next 24 hours. I just want closure, guys. Is that much to ask? It really isn't. So we're 1 minute off, actually 30 seconds off this number. We'll watch the actual data come through here, and watch the instant reaction, and then we'll go over and have a look at what the real numbers are. Are you guys? I'm excited. Come on. Give me some action, guys. I'm bored. I mean, there are plenty of stocks, but I want to see real action, real market action. Here we go, guys. 3 seconds. Ooh. Whoa. All right. 15 initial market reaction is good here for the Nasdaq. It went up barely, 0.16%. Let's scroll over. So this is the initial. Dollar index falls. US 10-year, slight fall. It's good for the US 100. 15,066. Okay, a little bit of rally there. Let's have a look. Refresh. Okay, let's just make sure that's correct. If I'm even on the right page here, let's refresh this. 0.3%, guys. Core CPI data, 0.3%. So it's actually underneath the expectation, showing a big slowdown there. And therefore, I guess they're looking at it being like, that's okay. That's around the expectations that we had. It's slowed down. That could be seen as a bullish position here for the markets, actually. You can see it's off 44.40 right now. Right now it is 44.40. Am I on the wrong one here? What do I do? Refresh? What is this? Yeah? I must be on the wrong one. Clim, send it to me. I must be on the wrong one there. So the data's come through. We'll have a look at that data in a few seconds. Boring flat. Yeah, that was boring flat. It was basically exactly the expectation. They find the Boffin's got it right, and that's sending the US 100 into a initial rally. The reason why is it's taken away one of the concerns. The market likes that, and then the market will basically start to kind of bull into that event. So a bit disappointing. I kind of was hoping for a bit of bearishness to come through. It's obviously not over till the daily closes. But yes, the initial reaction here is bullish as they're pulling that data apart. And we will hopefully be pulling that data apart in just a few seconds. What have I done here? I thought I was on the right page. Yeah. Okay. 11th to the 8th, so that is the right one. All right, let's scroll in here. Okay, so July numbers, which should be the numbers that we're looking at. Let's have a look here. 8:30 a.m. August 11th. 0.3%. There we go. All right, let's have a look at these numbers here. So we've got fuel, oil, July. Okay, they are definitely not insane, which is expectation is good. Let's go down to, whoa. Is that serious? 10.5 to a 0.2. New vehicles, 1.7, slow down. So this is certainly alleviating a lot of the concerns the market had. And this is what they were looking at. Of course, this is what the Fed hopes as well. This is good for all of them. So I guess it's an expectation. The market's been given the go-ahead of feeling okay. Again, when we look at that data and you break it down and you say, okay, initially when you look at that, you'll think, okay, yes, some of the concerns are over, therefore the market's allowed to be given a green. just because that may be what the data says, it's not different enough or not drastic enough for it to be anything. So now they'll pick it apart and they'll pick the way that they feel like going anyway. Because it's not drastically different, sometimes you'll see these types of results. You'll think, oh, yes, that means we can go bullish, bullish, bullish. And then they'll niggle some area there and they'll be like, oh, I don't like this little bit. And then they'll push it the other way anyway. So I don't think it's fully conclusive. I was hoping for a really different from the forecast number. I really was hoping for that. So yeah, it's out, guys, and we're at 15,077. I would say that is lackluster, to say the least. I mean, is the market up? Sure, but a 0.3% move, that doesn't get me excited initially. If you're looking now and you're saying, okay, well, do we go and find bullish opportunities? The US 10-year will be something we look at as well. Let's go to some direct stocks, because I guess that's not the result I was hoping for, and that's purely just because if we actually had some fireworks, we would get some nice movements early here. Let's have a look at Square to start off with. Square at the resistance, nothing much. I wouldn't say I like this particularly. Just straight at the resistance, you can see this weekly area up 0.7 now in the pre-market. So it is where it is. WD says, is that cooked numbers? I don't think it's cooked numbers, but yeah. Raging Rhino says, good for inflation concerns. That's correct, Raging Rhino. That's the main number there. I mean, you just look at that number and you would say, hey, that takes away our inflation concerns. And then the market can rally for that. Is it true? Is it fake? I don't know. All of this data is put together, and we know that, usually speaking, we need to be optimistic about the market. So on first glance there, and I'm not going to look heavily into it just yet during the live stream, it looks okay. And I can see why the market is rallying a little bit there. Marvin the Martian says, just like J. Powell said, it's transitory. Yeah, that's right. Yes. Well, he was correct, eh? He was correct. He managed to get it fine. And then we've got someone saying, being conspiracy theories America's favorite pastime. Oh, my goodness. Mike, good morning and evening. Thank you very much. TG says, good morning, Tom. mRNA going to be $1,000. Let's have a look here. mRNA, Moderna. Not today, it's not going to be. It was down 5.72% yesterday, TG. You're very bullish on Moderna to $1,000. It's that comment that scares me, man. That comment is the type of comment that worries me a little bit about the market. You know what I mean? Look, 451, the stock's great. You're basically putting a $400 billion valuation on it. It's very possible. The question is, does it happen in your time frame? What's your time frame for that, TG? Is it years or is it weakness or something else? We got Chepek says gold is going up. Shouldn't it be going down? Gold will be going up purely because the dollar index is going down. So if you have a look at the DXY, which is over here, that's the one that's actually copying the hiding here. So it was at the tippity top and it's getting stoked right now. And I think I'm not really exactly sure why that reaction is coming through. Maybe it's an overreaction from the non-farms. I'm sure there's some way of explaining it. We'll go like explaining it with fundamentals. But realistically, I guess it's just the number was the same. The market was looking for whatever the hell it was looking for. And this is just the excuse to sell it off. Maybe they'll say something like, oh, we thought that the CPI was going to be higher. Which, I mean, if it was higher, technically, which meant that the Fed had to stop printing because the economy was looking crazy and out of control. And that would mean that if we stopped printing or stopped, of course, the fundamental kind of money flow, then that would lead to a stronger dollar. I guess that's probably the story they've got there. Mountain Fortress says, all the algos. Yeah. But look, it's not big enough move. You can see the market's like, this sucks. We still can't do anything. These are very crappy moves. I'd like to see the real volume come through. Kevin Ed says mRNA just agreed to produce their vaccine in Canada. Yeah, they're going to get it through in most countries. I mean, they're able to produce a lot of vaccine. It's very, very important here. Let's read some of the comments coming through as well. And we got a super chat coming in from Alpha T, super chat $2. Second opinion on GSK, my price alert triggered. All right, let's have a look at the stock. We need to get into stocks now because the market is not giving us anything cool today. I'm so Devo. I was really looking forward. I didn't care which way it went, but I wanted it to be like, yeah, let's do it. Sometimes you just don't get the... I've just been so bored, guys, with the little 0.2% movements. I'm hoping at least we get a good daily close. Whether it would be big bull or a small bear, I don't really mind. 41.13, you're asking whether it's triggering through. Let's go to the daily. I think it already did trigger through your resistance. Either this candle, etc. 41.13 currently in the pre-market. Double bottom down here was the best trade, as you would be well aware of, but then it gapped into it. So what do you do? Yeah, I think this is correct. Consolidating at this point. It's had a few tests at this high. It's already sold off before. It's come back up. It's consolidating. And now we see to move through. Yeah. We'll also be introducing a new section into the live streams. And that new section is going to be rapid fire takes. So every day I'll do that around the market open. I'll basically just go off like 30 different stocks really, really quickly in commodities, give key levels, give very quick thought processes, and try to get it over and done with in about 5 to 8 minutes. You guys seem to enjoy that. And I'll always take your feedback on order. By the way, thank you very much to the 1,000, almost 200 viewers we've got here this morning. Welcome. Thank you very much for following us. Remember to subscribe if you enjoy it. Give us the thumbs up. And I do appreciate you guys. Ready DNA says it's killing calls and puts. It is, unless you're selling credit. Look, selling credit right now has been fine. And that's mostly the strategy I use anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's not the best. It really is not the best. I'm not happy with it because I wanted to see some more volatility. And of course, I prefer the volatility to the downside now, only because I think it leads to a very healthy market and a really sweet dip buying experience for the rest of the year. We've got here Michael H saying coin is up 4.4% in pre-market. Yes, I saw it sold off yesterday and then it came back pretty strong, obviously, in the earnings. It sold off 3.85%. Earnings was pretty good from this, what I could see. I would like to see it roll through to $300. $300 would be the level. Main reason why is we had a really good channel down here, and you take that channel distance and that channel distance proof to $300, which makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, I like it. I've actually liked coin ever since it broke out down here. Looks really good. Michael Dos Santos says we appreciate you too, Tom. Thank you very much. And Stephen Eldridge is going crazy this morning. He's got PLTR. He's love from PLTR, love from LCID. Let's have a look at PLTR for you, man. Old Palantir. Up 1%. I swear you're always excited. Are you like a pumping, Stephen? Are you pumping PLTR on my stream? I mean, you love this thing every single day, dude. That's good. That's good. I don't particularly like yesterday's daily close, though. That was nasty. That was nasty business. We've got rejection wick. We've got rejection wick off 23.50. I mean, you get above 23.50. Oh, yeah, the participation begins. But already this closure wasn't bad. This 50 seems to be holding you in. 50 was respected over here once as well from the buy side, so you can't ignore it. For PLTR, I mean, earnings is what, tomorrow? Oh, you got to be like this. You got to be like that for sure with PLTR. I wish every PLTR person the best. CMAX says just keep adding SQQQ. That's the short on the Nasdaq. Yeah, I think that you don't want to just always short, even if you think the seasonals are playing out. Let the price action tell you what's up. We got a few seconds ago, we got Derek 4 with 1,000,000 zeros 4 coming in with the donation here. And he says, Hong Kong, $25. Appreciate it, Derek. Hope things are well, Tom. They certainly are. I got something new today. Any chance you can look at ISRG for me? They make the Da Vinci surgery machine. Thank you. I don't know what that is. The Da Vinci surgery machine. That sounds pretty crazy. Maybe I'll check that out after the stream. Da Vinci surgery machine. ISRG. I assume it's good. And I probably should know what it is, but I don't. Well, it's come down. Medical specialities. I really, really, really liked these plays. These were really good plays. And what I mean by that is all these surgery plays, these are getting sugar rushed the last couple of months. Is part of the reason that I was so bullish on healthcare in June, in April, etc. The main reason I was so bullish, especially in June and May, into healthcare is because I believe that people would be getting surgeries and people would be getting, of course, medical attention that they've been putting off during the pandemic. Maybe this stock is a huge beneficiary of that. You can see here it's gone up a decent percentage. I mean, what is this? This is about 23.83%. It hasn't done a mean reversion in a little while. It has had a nice run. Let's see if the runs are the same. This is the weekly. The runs are not the same. It's a bit bigger this time around. Go to the daily. Big sell-off occurring there. You notice the 20 moving average held at once. So that would be your aim. Your aim would be 983, and then hopefully it pulls up. Do I like this stock? Oh, I think it's okay from investment potential, but from a trade potential, I'm not a huge fan. I just don't like enough about the level. I think you're basically just buying and dip purely on a moving average, and it's just not enough. It's not enough. And on Sand says, gold, man, sad face. Let's have a look at gold. What do you mean about gold? I mean, how terrible it was when it got hit by the incredible volatility through the Monday low liquidity session. Got the little long leg doji, possibly get decision made. There will be problems at 1763, I believe, on gold. 1763. Derek, yeah, there's not much I can really look at in ISRG. I think you've got to do the fundamentals there and just look at the 20 moving average. And if you want a deeper pullback, look for the 20 on the weekly. That would be what I'd look at there. Roman Bludgeon says, ISRG is a monster. Yes, it is a monster. And I think it's probably more of an investment grade kind of tool than a trading tool from what I saw there on the charts. It just doesn't have the trading style properties, but it does have mean reversion pullback pickups, and it looks like an investable kind of concept. Yeah, it certainly does. Alpha T says, Tom, wrong, GSK. I can't tell, man. GSK, which one then? I don't know. They're all the same thing. So even if I'm looking at this one, it's still going to be the same basic price action, isn't it? I think it should be the same one. We've got questions coming in here from Fubo. Now, I noticed Fubo was suddenly in hype equity yesterday. So Fubo's TA came through, which we were doing here on the channel, and now it's, of course, 30 after earnings. It's 32.90. This was a nice closure on the close. You got that little bit of a pump, 2 days volume, 32.90 now. I like it actually into the 34. So it might rally here a little bit in the morning. You get like a 34 out of it, and then you're probably going to start seeing a bit of a turnaround. When a market moves this much, it's up 15% pre-market, by the way, then you usually do have that little initial rally, gets to the key level, and then sells off, and people take profit there. Justin Roberts says, can you sell credit spreads in Webull? I have no idea. I don't really use Webull. I mean, I can't use Webull. I'm Australian. But I don't know if you can sell credit spreads in there. That's a good question. Simon Tekeste says, after $2.99, after what? ATER, sorry. What do you think for the long-term investment? Simon asks. Let's have a look. ATER. So with Fubo, there's only maybe $1 left, and then it will have problems, I think. Let's have a look at this one. What do you want me to tell you about long-term investment? This thing's destroyed down here at 486. You've got to understand the fundamentals of this thing because that chart is horrid, Simon. It's bad. Big pumpy, then big dumpy, man. There's nothing else going on except for big pumpy, then big dumpy. And unfortunately, that is not going to lead into anything very nice. It's right around where it started, kind of where it came back down to. It's been lower. It's been $1.78. You got to do the fundamentals here. This is not a TA pick. That's knives. Let's get the knives in the chat. Falling knives for Simon, unfortunately. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Good luck, but yeah, it's mostly about fundamentals on this one. Bradley back or waiting for support. $2. Did the PFE flag break complete move to the upside? Let's have a look at PFE. Pfizer, of course. Oh, that Pfizer absolutely destroyed any flag move here. It's gone harder and faster than I would have expected. Look, Pfizer had good recovery. We have been talking about it a little bit. People have been saying it's a behemoth. It's a big breakout. Let's go to the monthly. It's so close to 50. It's just cracked all-time highs. Is that right? Has this thing ever been higher than that? I don't think so. So Pfizer about 47, 48.19. I think it's riding the Moderna high to a degree. These are most likely sugar rush stocks. So what I mean is it's not that they're not quality. It's just that they're going on rallies. And I think you need to understand that they're rallies that may not be sustainable for investment grade. So I love healthcare. I love biotech. I love all those things. But sometimes you see a stock and they go on a rally and it doesn't make that much sense. You hold for the rally. Don't get me wrong. But you understand what it is. And that could be that you don't want to necessarily hold it that much longer. Just give me 1 sec. My goodness. This is what happens when you run 3 back-to-back meetings. Oh my God. Lost my voice there for a second. So yeah, PFE, it is completing. It's rolling really, really nicely. You can see that even the 2-hour 20 might be a good thing to follow it by. But if it closes under the 2-hour 20, that's usually the beginning of the end and it starts doing that nice pullback. So I'm not too sure about that one. We've got some questions coming in here from Snow and others. Let's have a look at Snow. Snow up 0.36. There's nothing really wrong with Snow at this stage. It's just floating on around. I would have preferred to see it do further rally after that nice bullish kind of pickup that's come off this support. I'd like it to rally today if it's going to. I mean, obviously we've got the US 100 up 0.36% now since the CPI data came out about 20 minutes ago, and that's looking really, really good. But yeah, 275. If you're in Snow, nothing to be concerned about at this stage. Yeah, nothing to be concerned about this at this stage. TG says, AMC is looking lively this morning. Is there still hope for a squeeze? I think there's always hope for a pullback. A big move on something like AMC. I do feel that with these movements into other stocks, like I always just click this button. And when you see so many stocks firing with interest, it means that the retail money is being spread a little bit too much. So you've got AMC as number 2. You've got Clov. Whenever Clov seems to be interesting, or people talking about it, that tends to be the time that you want to stay away. Hey, we've got Pfizer, you've got Coinbase, you've got Clean, GME, PLTR. You've got people that just got burnt from AMD. They've got to save up their cash, guys, so they can push into the next one. You've got Fubo today. So that's the issue I see with AMC and GME at the moment. It's just that the money is being spread through many stocks. And whenever we've seen this phenomenon, it hasn't come back. I think that AMC is kind of in that probably holding pattern for a bit until the next hype train comes through. Pagoli says, Tom, will Crowd correct further? So Crowd's one of our favorite stocks here. We love Crowd. We don't know whether Crowd will correct further just yet because we're still stuck in range. So this is the range. 271 or just underneath 270 and a 245 handle on the bottom. Once it closes underneath this level, you would think it corrects further and it moves down to the next level up down here. So there's a substantial movement here, probably about $20, $25. In this zone, your guess is as good as mine. We're in a range. I mean, when we're in structural range like this channel, what are you going to do? You just trade the range if you want to trade it, or leave it and then wait for it to close outside of the range and take a trade for the breakout. So it looks pretty okay there. Knock Knock says $2.99. Tom, thoughts on GPS? Kanye's new drip drops soon. What's that mean? Thoughts on Kanye's new drip drops? The hell? Is that like his flip-flop things that he sold? What's a drip drop? Am I a boomer, guys? I don't know. I didn't even know Kanye was still relevant, man. I thought he lost his mind or something. I don't know. I used to listen to Kanye West. I have his CDs, guys. Got the CDs. Bloodbath McGrath says infrastructure bill approved. I don't think that's a surprise to the markets. That would already be factored in. As soon as they announced it, it was factored in. Now the question was, is it as good as they'd hoped? Andre says here, Ty Tom, can you have a look at 10-cent stock? Yeah, we have a look at 10-cent. Why not? 700. We checked it out yesterday as well, and we put our resistances in. I would maintain the same thing that we talked about, which was the 20 moving average is the key to close above, and I want it to close above. And when it does, good things, because that will put in place a little bit of a double bottom, get a nice closure, start the rally, 520 next target, and then move up to the 570. Yeah, I like it, but I need it above 20. I'm sorry, Knock Duck. I don't know what you're talking about. Eli, is he still running for president? My God. Really? Mate, drip equals fresh clothes. What the hell? That means I'm old. Fresh clothes, drip. Huh. Okay. I didn't know that. I just know there's some kind of clog or something that's orange and it costs $500. And I wouldn't buy it. I just buy Crocs. Crocs.com. Not sponsored. Guys, if you're going to buy expensive stuff, just buy watches, all right? If you're going to buy like these crazy fashionable things, at least they don't go down in value. You can buy weird, expensive handbags and watches. You don't lose money. But if you go and buy Kanye's Crocs, some go up, some lose money. I don't know. The flipping is insane right now. I can't believe that all this started, in my opinion, when Supreme, I think it was, sold a brick years ago. And I remember I actually looked up that brick. I was going to buy it the other day. The brick is not worth much anymore. So I remember when the brick was worth $800 USD or $1,000 USD. The brick is cheap. You can buy the brick sub 100 at this stage. The Supreme brick. 125 for Net. This is very similar. Look, I love Net more than Crowdstrike. It's a better company in my opinion from the perspective of there was more growth in it. But yeah, there's nothing here from a trade perspective. Truly Messiah says, buy Tom a Tesla. That would be cool. DJ AJ says, buy art. You would do that in America because of the taxation structure around art, I believe is pretty cool. And Joey NG says, Rolex Daytona. Yeah, if you can get one. I can't get it. Should I go into Rolex and be like, hey, Rolex, I'll take a sponsorship on the channel. I will drop your name several times over and give me the Rolex Daytona. they won't do it. They'll be like, get out of here. I actually asked Tesla about their whatever it was, their stupid like referral program. It's not that good. I'm surprised people like it so much. Andy Pandy, knock 50. Can you check out Comp and HNT, which is a crypto? Supply was cut in half and miners doubled. Comp hitting resistance on the 490. Yeah. All right, Andy Pandy, we'll check it out. So yeah, crypto is pretty interesting market. Obviously, Ethereum and BTC moved to their resistances. Now we've got the big movements out from things like ADA and stuff. Cardano really firing through the last 24 hours. It's been exciting in the crypto world. This has been where the big money's at right now. They actually dominated 160 too. It went straight up to the one. I guess it's going to go to the 190, isn't it? 190, 185, 190 zone. I mean, this has been very powerful, this Cardano. Let's have a look here at this comp. So this is comp tether. Pretty nice. Let's go to the weekly. Better. Yeah, I like that. Comp. That looks pretty good, man. So the reason I like this when I go over to the weekly is see how the weekly closed above? And that means that the buyers were committed here. We've also got the trough. We've got kind of like a peak, we've got a higher trough. And once we close above this level, you can see there's a big rally point here for this coin. So that's actually not too bad at all. Yeah, I don't mind it. Go to the daily again. Long leg doji, looking for a closure above that to really signify that bullish move. It's not bad, man. It's not bad. Let's move over to the other one that you have here. Mr. Murray says Daytonas are hard to get hold of right now. Look, even when they came out in 2016, 15, I remember I was going to buy one. And you know what I said to myself? I said, I won't buy it because I want to get it at the retail shop. It was about $13,000, I think, back then. And they were selling it for 16,000. I think it was 16,000 or 14,000, 16,000 Australian. I should just paid that. It's worth about 46 now, I think. Oh, well. It would have been a detriment to the trading accounts, guys. That's what it would have been a detriment to. Let's have a look at this HNT. This one just hits resistance and supports all over the place. Huge volatility here. I think a lot of it's caused by the fact it rallied past 15, hit 19. We've done this before. I don't like this as much. So you said the supply was cut in half and mine is doubled. Wait, comp? Just make sure here. No, I think this is way better than the other one. This looks cool. The other one looks boring. Unfortunately, Andy. Got a question here before we do the other super chats, and it says RKT stock analysis, please. Earnings today. All right, we'll have a look at RKT. People still in this thing? There's no analysis that we can do here, unfortunately. The only analysis you could do is closure above 18, really good. Closure above 16, below 1666, really bad. Or around that 1650 zone. Yeah, I would like to see it move above 18. Hopefully you get the earnings you want, but it's just purely an earnings play. That's really all. Got a couple other super chats coming in here. We've got Big Dipper. $5 just says crypto, please. Yeah, well, with the crypto, it's really specific ones. I mean, some people are betting on something like XRP going through right now. You can see that flag that occurred here. And the fact that the length of the pole, which is here, should go a little bit further. So some people like XRP. It's probably not my pick of the bunch. A lot did move heavily today. So ADA, you can see, is really pumped. One of my mates, if he's watching right now, he probably is. Shout out to him. Lucky Duck. He was in this one. Where is it? IOTX. Ugh. I'll use the Binance data, I guess. Wowzers. Look. Does it get any better than that? Let's just quickly break down this percentage. Oh, yeah. 418%. I can tell you he wasn't no slouch in this one. But he made the cardinal mistake. He staked it, guys. And he can't get his stake out. Oh, no. Oh, God. You can't get your stake out. That sucks. I hope it goes up even more. But, yeah, that's the thing. When you stake some of these coins, you lock it up, yeah, and you can't sell it if it goes on crazy rampages. But there's a crazy rampage for you. The only coins that I've been really looking at the moment have just been the standard old ones, just kind of looking at the dots, looking at the chain links, looking at those types of things. All of them had good rally points. So this was a very good rally, good closure above, rally pickup. These have more flow through effect right now. So the alts are where people are going to start looking. Ethereum's back at a 3,200. That's a high number. You've got Bitcoin at 46,000. You've got DOT at 21. I mean, that's terrible. So this is where I believe the money is going. ADA has become the Ethereum second twin. So that's why it's at 1.78 right now. DOT's only 21, was as low as 10, so it's still up already 100%, but it fell very heavily from where it was at $50. So these kind of coins are probably, I guess you would say, underpriced compared to Bitcoin's current domination. Chainlink, let's have a look at that one. Link USD, Chainlink breaking out at this time. So you can see here, Chainlink's moved up heavily, consolidated, and is breaching at this stage with the 6.33% move. Go down to the 8 hour. Again, nice closure above the previous highs, closure above the resistance. That's the type of strong thing that's going on there. It's good. Crypto is probably showing better technicals than a lot of the other things right now. Markets again coming into this open. We've got 0.18% up on the US 500, US 100 0.28%, and US 30 is 0.2%. I think what I'm going to have to do, because I am completely losing my voice, is I will answer a few more questions here, and I'll do a quick, super kind of quick, fast TA, what do I call it? I put it in the analysis thing. I forgot what I call it. Fast. I'm not even sure what I was calling it. The fast analysis that I've been doing. Rapid fire, that's the one. And then I might have to call it quits, guys, because I'm literally losing my voice. I've been talking for a lot today. I do, if you guys don't know, I do Wednesday. Sometimes I start at like 7:30. It's my time, 11, and I talk the straight through. So it wrecks me. And you can tell I just cannot keep my voice going. I've lost it. PayPal actually looks pretty sickly. And why I say that is because until this little bit of, which we still haven't seen how the market's really going to react to the CPI, because the market hasn't opened, 272 support here, lower peak. If it got underneath there, that would be actually very negative for PayPal. Now, against that, if you get above here, very positive for PayPal, because that's the trough, peak, higher trough scenario. So I don't really like it exactly where it is, but I would like it a lot above this zone for the buy. And I don't like it here unless you want to short it. And it goes back down to like the 230. I think the Square news has kind of worried PayPal investors, and they've been moving into Square a little bit here. Peter Nolan says, when do you sleep? I do sleep, but yeah, not probably enough. And unfortunately, I do need to get up early. I got to take my cat to the vet, guys. It's got to get some kind of surgery on it. All right, let's move through a few other things here. We've got question coming in from Nick Calhour. $1.99 VYGVF on strong support here or not. Want to add. Let's have a look. VYGVF. Voyager Digital. Yeah, it's almost strong support. Strong support would be around 1550-ish. Yeah, I don't mind the TA. I mean, you got trough, peak, high trough, break, pull back, hopefully move up to the next level. If you like the stock, it's getting close. Absolutely. Demand coming in. Ali Colner says AMD is on a micro pullback. AMD is only pulling back because it overextended due to all the retail. This wasn't deserving of the 120. I like the company. I got the 5900 in the computer down here. I think it's awesome. But yeah, this was just mark my words. They didn't. Wall Street lost some money here, and then they stole all the money here, back again. That's what they were doing. All right, let's do these next two super chats and then we'll do it quickly here. Trishan S says, Thomas converted to an Afterpay fanboy. I am not an Afterpay fanboy. I think that Square were forced to do it due to the fact they didn't have the foresight of getting it done fast enough, and then they had to pay overprice. But it still worked out, hey. Then we've got Damon Sahani, Australian $2.99. Hey, Tom, sorry to do this. ASX 200 due for a pullback. ASX 200 is actually historically strong at this time of year into our earnings events. We're in earnings season. We're only really just kicking off our version of earnings season. It's going to move with the American market. We know this to a degree, but because look at the US 10-year actually will probably be the way you want to look at the Australian market. Materials, energy, financials. That's the Australian market. We used to have a tech company called Afterpay, but that's been stolen by America. So it's gone now. Square, Jack Dorsey stole it from us. He doesn't. We don't have any tech companies left except for an accounting company in Australia, and therefore, this just trades off materials, energy, and financials mostly, and they tend to have okay times here statistically around the year. I do think it's due for a pullback, but we all think most of the markets is due for a pullback. Put our opinions at the door and look at the fundamentals. Look at the technicals of what's really going on. And right now, we do not have signals in the US market of weakness just yet. We just don't have it. I wish we did. And then Monica Nakamura says $5. Hang in, Tom. Your subs are just starting to ramp up now. And your cat is a priority too. Stay well. Yeah, look, we'll keep going. Thank you very much, Monica. Appreciate your support. And then we'll keep going through these. And we have another super chat, I believe, coming in. Do we have another one? No. All right, cool. We're all caught up there. All right, let's do the rapid fire, guys. Let's go through some key levels to be looking at today. We'll start off with the QQQ. Key levels for the QQQ, you're probably not going to see them. You need a new high for the bull side because you've got to get through 369.50. This is where I go really, really fast on every TA. 369.50 plus closure, I think that will signify further bullishness here in the Nasdaq. Of course, anything under 366.85 should signify the bears are back in town. Too early to tell, even with this futures market movement. We'll scroll through here some of the stocks. Square at the tippity top at this stage. Love the stock. I want a discount here on Square, but we'll find out whether we get one or not. I'd like to add. 250 would be kind of like a nice price, or of course even lower after that Afterpay. I'll be watching that one, but I'm in no hurry to add at this stage. Apple still in the range. You can see the range here between 150, 140, 150. Amazon looks sickly. That looks disgusting. I mean, there's our trend line, and there's the 34. I like 3,400 plus close. I will say this: huge amounts of call options went through yesterday from Wall Street to the buy side on Amazon. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be having an impactful price. I would like it above 3,400. Other than that, nah. Google, whatever. Snow, you want rally here today, but whatever. There's nothing going on there. Enphase. Now, Enphase started off okay yesterday, came down about 0.79. I still like this chart. I've explained quite a few times why I like it. I think it's okay. Microsoft at the tippity top, boring unless you want to sell credit. ARK, trend line maybe you could put in there. ARKG, whatever. Beam keeps pulling back and giving really good entries for people to make crazy money on the insane stocks of biotech. Look, it's actually had a few rallies. You'll notice the actual volumes up huge here. This, you do not want it to below $100 again, Beam. So Beam above 100 is okay. Beam below 100, nasty business. A closure above here, I think, will spike further bullish presence here as well. Edit, crazy off the news. That's been good for the biotech stocks. CRISPR looks a little bit sick. Not really a stock I would be looking at right now. SPLK up 3.14%. Earnings on the 25th. Let's go to the weekly here quickly. I still don't mind this chart, you know. That's a decent weekly close. Long leg doji. I, of course, want it above the 50 ideally. But yeah, that's one that I think some bigger funds might start to scale into. I don't really understand the technology of SPLK, though. Seems to be getting kind of beaten out. CRM boring. Disney, we have earnings. No idea what's going on there. PACB, big weekly long leg doja. Let's have a look at the daily. Nothing much there. TXG, nasty, hideous. Wow, that's bad close. Ooh, that's a full-on lightning bolt towards the downside. Maybe that continues to move through to the 140. I don't think I'd short it because it's biotech, but yeah, I wouldn't buy that zone, that's for sure. I'll get rid of that stock. QCOM could be a stop hunt that came through yesterday. It's a nice rally, again showing that Wall Street is, or someone is buying this stock anyway. That's more rally than we saw in a lot of the other stocks after yesterday's move. That, to me, shows bullish intentions. We also had TTD, the trade desk, coming through yesterday with a nice rally after something like that event occurred. We had that bullish rally after everything else was a little bit weak, and then boom goes the dynamite. That was very nice. Hit, take profit through the day. We got that one. A few of you got that yesterday. That was really nice. What else we got? TDOC, still stuck in the range for anyone that's interested in TDOC. Nothing much going on. Uber. Get off my chart, Uber. You disgust me. Let's go to Dash. We'll add Dash in. Oh, Dash looks so... Dash has looked good since we've brought it to the attention here. It's looked really good. I'm not sure how the earnings will work out, but that's a nice closure, isn't it? Good luck there on Dash holders. Baba, still nothing. All the Chinese stocks are still dangerous, I think. Okta. Why do I even have this here? Get out of here, Okta. Facebook. Stuff Facebook. Snap. 4 hour. Looks more weak than strong. I don't really like that chart. Twilio on the support. If you like this stock, it is on the support. 380 is where the bulls get back in, and I think that's where you start to see that participation. So whatever, Twilio is okay. Nvidia, it's on support. Pins, stuck in the range. I'll be watching that quite closely. Tan, still looks okay. Roku, it's a mess. Like we said yesterday, it's a mess, but we will be watching it around 360. And we'll go through these Super Chat cool ones that we've had recently. That looks pretty good, whatever that is. Path. What's this? AMAT. Never broke through. Do I want to dump this? Yeah, I'm dumping that. Get out of here. SCCO. Looks good. Still looks good. Geez, that's boring, isn't it? Dividend. Dividend might drop it. I'd check what the dividend is. BMY. Still looks okay. 50 moving average. A little bit of a bounce there. It's okay. MU. Not sure why I've got that in there. Crap. Roblox. This was nice. Roblox was nice. Earnings coming up. A lot of hype and anticipation to this one. Do with it what you will. And I guess that probably brings us to the end there. So that's a rapid fire checkup of the markets. If you guys enjoy that type of thing, make sure you subscribe. I'm just deleting things now. It's not that I hate the company or anything, guys. I'm just not seeing the technical reasons to keep it in the chart. So if you don't see, something that's going to be coming around the horizon in the next couple of days, you just dump it. Why would you bother bringing that back up? This was one that was come up with Eka a few days ago in the stream. Very, very nice here on X. Got that movement 2 days later, you're hitting the tippity top. I understand it's up again, but this is a perfect TP zone from a technical perspective. Congrats to anyone that was in that. Let's have a look at eBay here. eBay. Yeah, I mean, I guess you need to look at the earnings. it's up off the earnings. It better be damn good earnings. That's right at previous resistance becomes support, becomes resistance. A little bit of follow through here, though. You could see actually eBay rallying. Did earnings come out? Or was it today? Let me have a look here. It's after the close. Nah, it's at resistance. Too hard. It's at the key zone before the thing. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us today. I really am kind of struggling here. And unfortunately, that means I will have to leave you a little bit early. We saw the core CPI news come out. It is as forecast. Inflation is dropping. People's concerns are alleviated. The market is up because of that. We'll find out at the close which direction. Hopefully, we can then start actually getting some nice positions in. I was hoping for a little bit of a wrecking ball to come through the market, ideally, just because I think that's kind of good sometimes. However, if it's all green, all good, then what can you do? Just keep following that trend, keep following the movements of the market, and never give up on the optimism. The optimism pays out long term, guys. If you're always a bear, it will not pay. It will not pay. I have many people I know that are still in the, I guess, they got analysis paralysis or something like that, that they're still bears 10 years after the global financial crisis, and they're still bears. It's stupid. Like, you might make bear comments and you might say, okay, there are problems here, but just remember, it doesn't pay to be a bear over long term. What's the famous quote? If you leave the money on the sidelines, more money's been lost leaving on the sidelines than it has actually been lost in the market itself. And I think that's very, very true. When there's heaps of puts in the market as well, it's very difficult for the market to go down. So I do hope for a correction over the September period, just because I think it's healthy, but it's not really because I believe that every stock is overpriced. I just think it is very healthy for markets to do that type of thing. The 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back is much better. Brett C says, Tom, you're getting old. Nah, dude, just 5-6 hours talking plus, 6-7 hours talking with clients and stuff. It gets you. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate your kind words. And we've got one last super chat coming in here. $1.99 coming from Thomas Briaux, $1.99. What you think, he says, about CALH? All right, let's have a look here. CELH. By the way, guys, do you like the rapid fire where I go through those? Do you prefer that model or not? Let me know in the comments before I leave today. I don't like the daily close yesterday, but it looks like you might reverse that. Overall, it's been pretty damn solid. Let's go to the daily. Wouldn't it have been sweet if you actually got that as a daily close yesterday instead? Look, it's a good rally. It's moved up pretty heavily. This is a key resistance. It seems to have gotten through that to a degree, but no body close. You've got just underneath 84 as your target. You've got to ask yourself, are you already in it? If you're already in it, there's no concerns. If you're not in it, would I buy it? Probably not. It's not a really great trade opportunity. It's just more of a, if you like the stock and you might, want it and you get a little bit of percentage. Remember, trading is mostly about trying to find an explosive move. This is not the type of pattern that you'll see for an explosive move, but it is certainly not a negative pattern at this stage, even with that little nasty daily rejection. For that to be a problem, you need to see follow through and a closure. You'll need a follow through and a closure because you're basically trying to go against the uptrend and predict the downtrend. It's just not going to happen there. All right, everybody. It sounds like you guys like rapid fire. More detailed explanations would be good for newcomers. Can't do that if you're doing rapid fire. Rapid fire is basically like, here's some levels. Here's a quick thing that I like about it. And we just keep going. Rapid fire is on, guys. Engaged, some would say. I'll keep cleaning up the list. I'm going to have to cut out a whole bunch of these stocks that I hate anyway. I don't know why they're in here. I think they're just in here because I was talking to people and they've asked me to look out over them. You know what? I'm sorry, Neo. I'm sorry you're getting out of there. I'll do it when people ask me, but I'm not going to have it there anymore. Thanks, everybody. Catch you later. I'll see you tomorrow, and good luck today. Looks like it's going to be all green, all good. And pre-market is good for the stock is best is Coinbase. And then we've got Square 1.38. And on the negative side, you have old Warren Buffett and Moderna. Moderna. Is the gravy train of Moderna over? Could certainly be. Bye for now.